Hello and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series REY Island Journey 6-inch action figure. This is one I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while. She's been out for a couple of months. I have not seen her at retail. I had pre-ordered her through a certain online retailer that, as of this recording, still hadn't received them in stock, and Amazon.com proper had not received them in stock either, so I finally had to bite the bullet and just order her from a third party on Amazon. I think she came out to about $24, which isn't too bad, just a couple dollars more than I normally would have paid. But I needed her for an upcoming trip. I wanted to do some toy photography with this figure, so I went ahead and ordered her. And from what I can tell, she looks really good. I'm really excited because this figure has the new photoreal paint technology for the facial applications. And packaging, as you can see, is the same thing we've been seeing for a few years now. Nothing terribly exciting, par for the course. Nice image on the bottom there of REY. You get some details at the very back. With the power of the Force awakening inside her, REY travels to the hidden world of Ach-To, where she seeks out Luke Skywalker as the last hope of the Resistance. There's that very nice image there. Once again, you can see this is number 58 in the 6-inch Black Series line, at least since it was rebooted back in 2015. And okay. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. Okay, now consider me impressed. The facial paint applications look phenomenal. Best we've seen on the 6-inch Black Series for the human portraits. It's just gorgeous. We'll take a close-up look in just a sec. As you can see, I have REY's cloak over her. It's a little bit puffy, it's a little bit bulky, but it is nice that they at least included this accessory because we do see it in The Last Jedi. In particular, I think that hood at the back kind of sticks out a lot. But again, I'm probably not going to display her with that on for the most part. But it is nice that it's there at least if you wanted to display her with it. It's a nice color, that's for sure. It's kind of like a taupe gray color. Very much looks like what she had in the film. I'm not sure that soft goods like this might have been the best material. Maybe something a little bit more plasticky would have looked a little bit better. But I'm just trying to look at it as a bonus. Again, I'm probably not going to really display her with this for the most part. As far as getting this hood to stay on her, it's definitely less than ideal because as you can see, if you hold it down with your fingers, it looks great. But once you let it go, whoop, it just kind of pops up. So this part would have benefited from having a wire. Of course, I don't expect Hasbro to do that, but yeah, definitely not really good execution there. But then you get rid of the raincoat, and now we really have something to talk about. This looks exquisite, just the whole proportions. I mean, I know I already said the face looks great, but the proportions look remarkable here. The outfit looks to have been very faithfully replicated from The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. Just a stunning representation here of that look. There looks to be a lot of texture in the outfit. There looks to be a lot of nice sculpting going on, and the colors look spot on. We'll also do some comparisons in a little bit, looking at some of Hasbro's other 6-inch REY figures that they have released previously. And like I said, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely stunning. I'm actually quite blown away by how good this looks. I'm trying to see in my, detail-oriented mind if there's anything imperfect here, because when I look at this, it looks magnificent. I mean, I can almost always find something that kind of looks off, whether it be some detail with the sculpt or the way that the paint is applied. But not really. I mean, the only thing that they could do to make this look even better would kind of do what Hot Toys does with the skin to kind of bring out some of the pores and make it look a little more realistic. But beyond that, for a $20 action figure, I mean, she really looks incredible. Wow. I mean, the sculpt is spot on. That's Daisy Ridley's profile. That's how she looks from the front. I mean, from all angles, this is looking really, really good. Maybe the hair, maybe they could have added a little more, color to that, just to texture it up a little bit more. But, I mean, it's sculpted beautifully as well. Wow. This is a game changer, you guys. And it's quite cool to see because Hasbro has been improving their 6-inch line, or I would say maybe like 2016, middle of 2016 or so. But this is looking so much better. It's just getting better, and that's really promising because that really shows us that in the future, they'll probably be able to do a lot of really cool things with this line. So the rest of the body looks really nice. Like I said, really nice detail and texturing there in her vest. You can see that there's a lot of nice texture going on there. Same with the arms. They painted the arms very nice. You can see those bandages there that they kind of highlighted them a little bit to accent that sculpt. And even here in her shirt underneath there, that's got a little bit of a texture to it too. Pants look really good. The plastic is a little bit shiny. I actually think the vest looks pretty decent, but there is a little bit of gloss to it. I'm not a huge fan of gloss because I think it kind of makes it look more like a toy, but it's not as bad as we've seen on other figures. And it's also not quite as rubbery. It's still a little bit rubbery, but it's not quite as bad as what we've seen before. Pants are looking really good. Her holster is looking really good right there. A couple of little black buttons on it. Nice details. And the boots are really nicely textured. Check out her boots. Those look really good. Really nice overall. Now, it does seem like you could take off her vest if you really wanted to. It is a separately sculpted piece. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to take it off, but I mean, you have that option if you did. As far as articulation goes, her head bends down a lot. See, as far as it going up, a little bit, not too much because of the hair, but you know, you can get down quite a bit. It turns like that. And you can't really tilt it. I think that the neck joint is a little bit unsightly. I would prefer that they just did it like a more of a traditional, just a ball at the very top so that you don't see that at all. I mean, that's really the only thing that really sticks out aesthetically to me. But I mean, even the skin tone looks really good. It's more matte. It's not glossy. It just has enough of a sheen to it to give it a naturalistic look. So that's pretty awesome. For the shoulders, you do have ball hinges, so you can get them out. You can rotate them. You have insert molded joints here at both of the elbows, and you can see that she does a really nice flex, a little more than 90 degrees. The wrists are insert molded, so you can rotate them. You can get them forward and back. The other one actually goes upwards and downwards. Here at the waist, it looks like she's got a ball joint in the torso, so you can get her to go down, you can get her to go back. Side to side a little bit. It's not the best movement I've seen, but it's pretty nice. Here at the hips, you can get those to go out. The holster being in here kind of restricts that a little bit, but you will see that there are slits right here in her shirt underneath the vest. So you can kind of get them to move a little bit more. As far as their forward movement, they go pretty much all the way, and this is very pliable so that you can get that movement there. You can rotate them there at the hips, double bends here at both of the knees and at the ankles. You can move them up and down. You can pivot them. So overall, very nice movement. For accessories, you get REY staff, the same staff we've been seeing for a very long time now. It's here again. You get the blaster, which looks pretty decent. It's got a nice sheen to it to give it that metallic look. I think it looks good. And you get the lightsaber. It looks to be the same lightsaber we've gone before with this figure. Hilt looks decent enough. It doesn't look like it's been in a garbage disposal like a lot of them do, or chewed up by a dog. And the blade is a very nice color. It also seems really glossy to me for some reason. It's really catching the light. It does look like it's a little bit off center though. You can see it kind of bends off to the side. No matter how I rotate it, it sticks off to the side. So it's probably something to do with this little tab right there. That's what you stick into the hilt. So the blaster goes into her holster and you just press it in like that. It's a perfect fit. The staff, you can just throw it on her like this if you wanted to. It's probably about as good as you are going to get. And it's still kind of not ideal because you see it does stick out quite a bit down here, but at least you have the option. There is nowhere to place the lightsaber, which is movie accurate, but if you kind of wanted to fake it, you could just kind of rest it there underneath her vest. And it'll stay like that. So again, display options. All right, so here's a comparison. On the far left, we have the Force Awakens REY. Second to the left, we have the Last Jedi REY, the mass-released version with the bloodied arm. And then next to that, we have the Toys R Us exclusive REY from The Last Jedi. And finally, we have the Island Journey REY with the photoreal paint applications. Look how far Hasbro has come from this very first REY to this most recent REY. So like I was saying, the fact that they've improved the line this much in only a couple of years is really, really promising. And I hope that it goes a long way to making a lot of collectors of Star Wars action figures quite happy. It really is a game changer. even their exclusive Rey from Toys R Us, I mean, it doesn't even compare to how much better the photoreal technology looks. I mean, I can't see how I could ever display this figure again and be satisfied with having it on a shelf. I mean, there's just no way when you look at the new Rey. I think that this version here is probably like an ideal paint applications Rey. Like if you got a Black Series figure without the photoreal paint and it looked as good as reasonably possible without going to photoreal, I think this is a pretty good example of that. But then even so, when you look at it next to photoreal, I mean, there's just no comparison. I mean, this looks good. I'd be happy with this on the shelf, but not as happy as I am with this. And then we have the SH Figure Arts Rey. Looking at these two side by side, I'm trying to decide which one I like better. So I think that the Figure Arts one, the facial detail is a little bit more harsh. It's a little bit more concise. There's more clarity. But when you look at the Hasbro Rey with the photoreal tech, it's a little bit softer. The paint details, they're a little more subtle, but I think that they might even be cleaner, and that's such a huge thing. And I think that's going to be one of the best elements of photoreal is that the facial details are going to be so much cleaner than what we normally get from Hasbro. For further proof of this, I submitted to evidence Gamora. Wait, what? Wrong franchise, right? No, both of these employ the photoreal technology. Marvel's Legends has been using it since last year to really good results. I mean, you can just see how clean this looks and how well they captured the likeness of the character. And the same is going on here with this version of Rey. It's very clean and it's very realistic, hence the name photoreal. But yeah, I mean, like I said, definite game changer. Looking at these two again side by side, I mean, I really like the Figure Arts, but I kind of got to hand it to the Black Series. I mean, I'm sure Figure Arts could do better than this. This looks good, but it's not their best work. I mean, if Hasbro does this for a long time to come with their 6-inch figures, at least for the human figures and maybe even the aliens, I think they're going to continue to win out. I mean, like I said, game changer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Rey Island Journey 6-inch figure. Overall, you guys, I am absolutely blown away by how awesome this is. Now, it's not quite perfect. If it were perfect, it wouldn't be quite as glossy on some areas of the costume. It wouldn't be quite as rubbery in a few areas. But again, it is significantly better than a lot of the stuff Hasbro has done in the past. It's a lot less glossy. It's less rubbery than a lot of their offerings from the Black Series. But the most impressive thing, of course, here is the photoreal technology used for the face. It looks beautiful. This is probably the best looking human that Hasbro has done so far. And I only say that because I don't have Captain Rex yet. Maybe Rex will change my mind. But this is just gorgeous. I mean, huge props to Hasbro for integrating the photoreal technique into their Black Series line. It was definitely needed. This is a collector line. We want these figures to look as best as possible. If they could go on and tweak the other areas that I mentioned, then, you know, this would be close to perfect. And this line could potentially be close to perfect as well if they integrate those changes and the photoreal paint tech across their entire Black Series line. I'm loving this. I can't wait to get more human figures with this new paint tech. And I wanted to go back and redo Anakin, redo Darth Maul, redo your Poe Damerons and your Luke Skywalkers and your Princess Leia's because I can't stop saying it. This is a game changer. Alright my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If so, do give us a like, do subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about Rey Island Journey down below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to the Cantina Chatter podcast on iTunes. And as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.